All right, today we're diving into a really interesting story. How one university has totally flipped the script on college costs. They've got this super clever financial strategy to pull in top students from all over the country. And yeah, we're talking about the University of Alabama.
So let's start with a question that, honestly, sounds kind of crazy, right? Could a public university that costs almost 60 grand for out-of-state students actually be cheaper than your own in-state flagship school? Well, for a lot of top students, the answer is a big, surprising yes.
Okay, first, let's get the sticker shock out of the way. The total estimated cost for an out-of-state student to attend Alabama for 1 year is $58,530. Whew, that's a huge number, right? It's the kind of number that makes most families just, nope, and close the browser tab.
But what if I told you about this number, $28,000? That's how much the university automatically offers every single year to its top applicants from out of state. All of a sudden, that 58 grand looks a whole lot different, doesn't it?
And look, this isn't some lucky break or a mistake. It's a very deliberate and, frankly, a brilliant strategy. Alabama uses some of the most generous automatic merit scholarships you'll find anywhere to pretty much wipe out that out-of-state tuition penalty. So why do they do it? Well, it's a super powerful way to boost their national reputation, bring in a more diverse and academically talented student body, and, you guessed it, climb up in the rankings.
Okay, so let's move past the price tag for a minute. What are you actually paying for? What's the academic quality and reputation you're investing in when you go to Alabama?
All right, first things first, we need to make a really important clarification. You might hear about a #1 ranked healthcare management program and think, wow, Alabama. But that's actually the University of Alabama at Birmingham, or UAB. It's a great school, no doubt, but it's a totally separate place. Everything we're talking about today is for the main flagship campus in Tuscaloosa. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
Now, what's really interesting here is that while Alabama's overall ranking is pretty solid, its real power lies in its individual colleges. I mean, look at this. The Culverhouse College of Business is a top 31 public program. The Capstone College of Nursing ranked 26th in the entire country, and their communication programs are consistently top tier. So you're getting some serious academic muscle in these specific areas.
And this chart, this really tells the story of where the student focus is. Just look at the size of those business majors. Finance, marketing, general business, they absolutely dominate the number of graduates. It's a super clear sign that this school has a strong, well-paved road right into the corporate world, all backed up by that top-tier business school.
So how does all this work in the real world? Let's get practical and break down how you actually get in, and maybe more importantly, how you unlock those scholarships that totally change the game.
This chart tells such a fascinating story. You really have to look at the gap in test scores. For out-of-state students, that middle 50% have an ACT between 26 and 33. For in-state residents, it's 22 to 30. GPAs are a bit higher for non-residents too, so what's going on here? Why is there such a big difference?
And here's the answer. It really all comes down to the money. The university's scholarships are so good for high-scoring students that they naturally attract the best of the best from out of state. If you're an out-of-state student who doesn't meet that high bar, you're way less likely to enroll because you'd be looking at that full sticker price. So in a way, the student body kind of self-selects for high academic achievement. Pretty smart, huh? So what does this mean for you? Well, your path is pretty clear. First, you've got to apply by the priority deadline. That's December 5th for fall entry. Second, and this is super important, while admissions can be test optional, you have to submit your test scores to even be considered for these automatic merit scholarships. Once you're in, you'll get access to the university's scholarship portal. It's called ASAM, and you can find even more opportunities there. If you want personalized help saving $40,000 or more on college costs, check the link in the description to learn about our College Savings Mentor program.
And here it is. This is basically the playbook. This table lays out the automatic merit awards. They are guaranteed if you hit the GPA and test score numbers. Now look at the top two. The UA Scholar Award, 24 grand a year, and the Presidential, $28,000. Now think about this. The difference in tuition between in-state and out-of-state is about $23,000. So that presidential scholarship doesn't just cover the difference, it actually gives you an extra $5,000. That's huge.
All right, so we've hit the books and the bank account. But what's it actually like to be a student at Alabama? Let's talk about the vibe, the campus culture. You really can't talk about the social scene at Alabama without talking about Greek life. I mean, more than a third of the entire undergraduate student body is in a fraternity or sorority. That makes it the single largest Greek community in the whole country. And what that means is that it's just deeply woven into the social fabric, the networking scene, and even the leadership opportunities on campus. And then there's football. In Tuscaloosa, it's not just a sport. It's a way of life. The entire city literally transforms on game days. You've got these amazing traditions like tailgating on the quad and the Walk of Champions, where thousands and thousands of fans just line up to cheer the players as they walk into the stadium. It creates this atmosphere that's truly, truly electric, one of a kind in college sports.
Okay, now let's talk about something that's really important for any student or parent, and that's campus safety. These are the on-campus crime stats from the latest Clary Act report. So, for 2023, there were 31 reported incidents of rape, 3 robberies, 8 aggravated assaults, and 18 burglaries.
But it's so important to have context for these numbers. You have to understand that a higher number of reports doesn't automatically mean there's more crime. It can actually be a sign of a really supportive campus environment, with resources like UA's Camellia Center, where students feel safe and empowered to come forward. And that's something that just might not be happening on other campuses that have fewer support systems in place.
Okay, so you've gone through 4 years of top-notch academics, epic football games, and all that campus life, all made possible by that smart financial aid. So what's the payoff? Let's talk about the return on your investment.
So what does that payoff look like? Well, if we zoom in on that highly ranked Culverhouse College of Business, the numbers are really strong. You've got a 94% positive outcome rate. That means they're either employed, in grad school, or doing service within 6 months of graduating. And their average starting salary is a very healthy $67,000. Now, this is just for business majors, but it really reflects the university's overall focus on getting students career-ready, especially in their top programs.
And they're not just getting jobs, they're getting jobs at some major players. We're talking top-tier companies in finance, consulting, tech, all across the country. This list really shows you the power of Alabama's alumni network and their career services. They're connecting students to some seriously big opportunities.
All right, we've gone through the numbers, the culture, and the outcomes. So now we get to the most important question of all. When you put it all together, is the University of Alabama the right fit for you or your student?
Look, Alabama is an absolutely fantastic fit if you're looking for that huge SEC sports and social scene, especially if you can use that merit aid to get an incredible value. And it's definitely a top choice if you're targeting those amazing business, nursing, or communication programs. On the other hand, it might not be your place if you'd rather have a small, quiet campus, if you want to be in a big city, or if you're looking for a social scene where Greek life isn't quite so dominant.
And really, this brings us to our final big question. The whole Alabama model kind of forces you to think about what value really means in a college. Is it just the school with the lowest sticker price? Or is it the school that gives you the best return financially, academically, and personally on your specific goals? Before you go, check the description for a link to our College Savings Mentor program, where we help families save $40,000 or more on college costs. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to visit our YouTube page to check out our explainers on other universities.